Thanks for tuning in today, folks. Well, I'm going to revisit partnership agreements. This is such an important topic. It's something I spend a lot of time in my law firm practice working on, is helping people craft, work around, restructure, build partnership agreements. I think they're so critically important for each of us in business. And if you're in a partnership, highly recommended that you have a good agreement with your partner, and that you should potentially bring professional counsel in there to look at that. So talk to a lawyer. Get your lawyer, a lawyer that represents you, to look at that partnership agreement. I want to go deeper on that today and talk about it. Partnership agreements can take a lot of different forms. The term, at least as I use it, covers multi-owner businesses. And so that might be an LLC. It might be a corporation. It could potentially be a general partnership, although those entities usually aren't recommended. And then there's limited partnerships and other forms of entities. Could be a trust, right? There could be a lot of different ways that you're in a multi-owner business. And to me, all of them should be surrounded by a partnership agreement. What is the partnership agreement, you ask? It's a fundamental understanding between you and your business partner about who does what, how the partnership works, and then more importantly, what happens when big things happen. Death of a partner, disability of a partner, divorce of a partner, disagreement of a partner. Each of these can pull at those fundamental tenets, right, of a partnership. They will change the relationship. And that's really what we're thinking about when we're building good partnership agreements, is not only where are we right now, but what might happen in the future that would change this relationship, and how do we protect the hard work of the partners up until the date of that change and get them through that change and allow them to continue on, right? So if we look at that partnership agreement and we look at some of these specific things that might happen, like a death. If one of the partners dies, what's usually going to happen is, under applicable state law, that partner's interest is going to go to their heirs, which could be anybody under a will. Under estate law, if there's no will, it's probably going to a spouse or a child or a combination thereof. Long story short, that family member is now going to suddenly be a part owner of the business. And now what does the business look like? Does that partner have full voting rights? Can they show up at meetings? Can they override your decisions? This person that maybe you've had limited dealings with, maybe you've never even met, or maybe you've only met in passing at parties. What happens in the event of death, and what does that look like? This is a conversation to have up front, and then document in your applicable agreement. Disability. Again, changes dynamic, especially if we have one of these 50-50 or partnerships where all the partners are coming in and putting work in. Well, if suddenly one of the partners can't put work in, then what? What do things look like? How does that change things? Divorce. What if one of the partners gets divorced? Again, absent applicable planning, it's very possible that an ex-spouse could become part owner of an entity, a corporation or an LLC. They could take over a membership interest. They could take over a stock. And so now you have suddenly a new partner. And two of your partners were formerly married to each other. As awkward as that might be, right? So we can do some advanced planning for divorce in the partnership agreement. And then disagreement. What if the partners just want to go different ways? What if they disagree over how to allocate the money? What if they disagree about what the future of the business is? All of these things should be baked into the partnership agreement. And so it's worth writing a good, solid agreement that really protects each of the partners. If you have questions or comments that are general in nature, drop them below. Don't put anything confidential. Other people may see your comments, and nothing about your specific situation, your business. If you have general ideas for a future video, things you'd like clarified, that's great. But remember, other people might see your comments. You might lose confidentiality. So don't put anything there that would harm that. If you want confidential communications, meet with an attorney of your choosing. Hope you consider subscribing to our channel for more tips and updates. And we have a whole library of past videos you may want to go check out as well. Thanks for tuning in today, folks.